did you get the agreement I sent you?
I just saw that. I will get it to you shortly.
If you get it to me tonight, I can work on
Yeah,
it tomorrow.
for sure.
Before our meeting and everything. How are you? We've got iPhone on here. Agreement I sent you? Oops.
I just saw that. I will get it to you shortly.
We got a
If you
double.
get it
To me tonight, I can work on. There we go. We're good. We're good. What a
We're good.
week.
I know.
What a week. This is Beer with Claude Friday, except we had such a good week. I went to North Carolina. You don't go to liquor stores. You go to, I don't think I've ever been to one before, an ABC store.
That's right. That's right.
And I haven't had this. I like Scotch once in a while. You like Scotch, Philip, Mr. Kyles?
No, because I'm not a drinker.
You're not a drinker. I am a drinker. I'm not a heavy drinker, but I love something good. This is like a $50 bottle of Scotch. It's called Pinch. It's one of my favorites. And I'm going to crack it open and drink to your safe driving that bus. And
I just got my vaccine.
you
Good.
did get, oh my gosh, thank you. I yelled at you a lot last time. Hey, Claudia, I've got to tell my wife, I'm so proud of you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank
So,
you.
you know what? Know why I did it?
No, why? Because I nagged you to death. That's why.
No,
Hi,
you didn't-
Marquise.
Hey, you didn't nag me. You didn't nag me. You just persuade me. You know,
Mhm.
you hit the guts move on me.
I mean, good night. Hey, you got what do you got? 18, you got a beautiful wife. You got 18, 19 kids. You got to take care of yourself, man.
Yeah. So, I took Pfizer.
Good. The Pfizer's good. They're all good.
They're all good.
Listen, they protect you. Okay. I have checked. I have studied. I have read everything. I live with a nurse. One of my best friends is a doctor, and he said it's a miracle drug. It can save your life. And now there's a worse, not to get medical here. We like to talk about business, but it's now the Delta version from the UK is coming over here now. And that's a lot worse. And people who are not vaccinated, they could get hurt. And that's it. Why get hurt? I got it. I got the shots and we had no side effect except for a bad hair day.
They grow your hair out. Huh?
I got a haircut a week ago and it grew back. I'm in North Carolina, by the way. I'm in grits country here. And
Deal, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's really good. We had a good week. Prematurely, but I'm going to say happy Juneteenth tomorrow. Federal holiday was passed by Congress. So everybody get out and eat a lot of, I understand Juneteenth, you celebrate by eating a lot of good food. At least that's what NPR said this morning. So anyway, to everybody's good health and a happy Juneteenth and a safe and prosperous summer.
Cheers.
Marquise here. But do you like good Scotch, Marquise?
Pinch, huh?
There we go. Little pinch here. To everybody. Nice. Salute, L'chaim, Kampao, everything. Oh yeah. That's the hair of the dog. It is good stuff.
You remind me of The Rock when he drank tequila.
Does he have his own brand of tequila?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Everybody does now. What's the other one? Cabo Wabo or something? Rock store.
Yeah. Sammy Hagar.
I want to talk to you guys a couple things here today. This is Beer with Claude Friday. We do this. This is very casual. We're simultaneously broadcasting on YouTube. Philip, Mr. Kyles, I'm going to tell my wife here, I'm so proud of you. Mr. Kyles went out and got his.
Good. Nice going, buddy. Nice going.
Thank you. I was nagging.
Thank you, Claudia.
I nagged him like a nasty mother-in-law.
He persuaded me. He used guts moves on me.
I'll tell you what, guts works. I'm going to talk about it. I did. We did a lot of business this week. We were 8-9 days ago in California. Then we were in Colorado. Now we're in our family's home here in North Carolina. It's called Pinehurst. It's where golfers go to die.
I didn't play
And people driving little golf carts on the street here and everything like that. It's just when you thought old people couldn't drive much slower, now they're in golf carts. Okay.
So it made it better. So it made it a lot better, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let me show you a great article. I read a magazine called The Week. Anybody here read that besides me?
No.
It's the best news magazine out there. I used to always, for the last 40, 50 years, I read the New York Times until they got really crazy. So I dropped them. I read the Wall Street Journal and I read this magazine. It takes all the articles on any controversial topic, anything in the news, and they give you both sides of the story. So you can reach your own intelligent opinion and then have someone tell you what to think. It's a wonderful magazine. And inside there on the June 11th, they had a great article. You guys got to read this. It's called A Year Without Rent. It's a 2-page article and really interesting about this man. He came here, he came from another country, I think one of the islands in the Caribbean, and he had an $8 an hour job. He saved his money and he bought a real estate property and he fixed it up himself and he rented it out. It was costing him $600. He rented it out for $800. Eventually he was able to pay off his mortgage and put his daughters through college. And then he bought other properties and he had all these properties. He's a hardworking man. And then COVID came along and all of his properties, I think he had 7 or 8 properties. This is what he was living on. He worked his whole life for this. Nobody was paying the rent. And read the article if you want to find out what happened to him and what he did. It's just a great article. Once again, it's called A Year Without Rent. I took on the philosophy of good homes in good neighborhoods. So we didn't have any issues, knock on wood, with that. But a lot of people did who get hurt, who worked very hard to get properties and rent them out and lease purchase them and things like that. And hopefully they'll be able to recover and catch up and everything. What do you guys think about that story? You know anybody in that situation?
Nah.
No? California, I think people can live there until, is it September? It's Governor Newsom. I said it the right way. Basically, I think extended it to September. People can live for free and rip off the hardworking landlord.
Indiana.
Yeah. Hello, John. Turn on your video, buddy.
Hello.
There he is. Hello. We're celebrating.
Chinese.
There you go.
I love Chinese. Good. I love good Chinese. Very good. I love those ribs. Those little pork ribs. Oh, they're so good. Absolutely. Governor Newsom has, there's a recall campaign in California.
Yeah.
They got a petition. It's legal now. I think they're gonna, and they're going through all the motions.
Very likely.
It's actually served in the news this week, right, Ben?
Yeah, up here they got. Well, people are, they're circling. You'll see a pickup truck and a canopy out, and they're moving that petition just about every other parking lot up here.
Oh, it's kind of interesting. He closed everything, but he made $1.5 million on his, and he closed the vineyards and the restaurants and everything, but he made $1.5 million last year on his vineyard.
He was physically attacked today.
Yeah, he told everybody not to go out for dinner, and he got caught in the French laundromat. I think it's called or something, like, which is a very expensive French restaurant in San Francisco. Yeah, he was the only vineyard allowed to be open too.
And he made a profit of $1.5 million.
I said that.
Oh, you did. I did.
Yeah, I said that. Interesting. Who's the mayor of Denver? One of my favorite mayors. Yeah. And he told everybody stay home. And guess what he did for Christmas or Thanksgiving? He went and visited mom in Mississippi. But politicians and hypocrisy, it's like peanut butter and jelly, isn't it?
Don't get me started.
Truly, I mean, you're going to make us hungry, John. What are we eating there? A little Kung Pao or General? Who is General Tao or To or whatever that food is named after? Who is that general? Best ad I've seen in a long time. I posted it on our Skype group. Ben, are you on our Skype group yet?
Not yet.
Get on there, man. I post a lot of good stuff in there. I posted this ad. I don't know if you can read it.
That's what kind of family I want.
It's a picture of a mom and her daughter hugging each other, smiling, and it says, "What kind of family?" I asked what kind of family Amina wanted, and she said, "A family like yours." That's when I knew I had to adopt her. That was also in the Week magazine. Another good ad. What is it? What did that ad do? Tell me all the good things. What can one good ad do that most ads don't do?
Bring in revenue.
I'm sorry, Phil?
Bring in revenue.
Bring in revenue. Okay. Well, how do you bring in revenue? Do you got to get people's attention first?
Yeah.
Are we in the attention business? Just a nice ad, a mom and a daughter hugging and talking about adopting her because she said she wanted to be. To me, I love simplicity. I love attraction marketing. What were you going to say?
Sparks emotion.
Gets to your heart. Gets to your emotion. What happens when we make people laugh, cry, feel a tender moment, a sweet moment? Do you think we get their attention?
Yep.
Yeah. How many bad ads do we see that we just ignore? You know?
Yeah.
All that stuff. You ever see these things in you ever open a magazine and 20 cards fall out?
Yeah, all the time.
You know? Why do they do that? I just fry them. I put them in the shredder.
Right?
Yeah. How do you get people's attention? How important is it to get people's attention and become interested in you or your product or service? Let's talk marketing.
Chutzpah.
Chutzpah, baby. What's chutzpah? Word of the week.
Probably not.
What is it? It's unmitigated gall. It's the ability to do or say something that maybe nobody else would do. So it's outrageous behavior. It's outrageous behavior. Can that be positive in terms of marketing? Oh yeah. Do we remember ads like this?
Yes.
You know, like this. Most of the marketing and I'm leading towards a point here. I think most of the marketing in real estate is really boring. Marquise, what do you think? You're too quiet today, man.
I have to agree with you there.
What do you think we should do? We want to buy or sell or get people interested in us and call us. What do you think we need to do? Get their attention. Mail them the same postcard everybody else mails. Give the same script. Do the same texting. Do this. Do you think we need to do the same thing as everybody else, or something new, fresh, outrageous?
I would say definitely new, fresh, and outrageous.
Okay, I think I said that.
Set yourself different from everyone else.
What was that, John?
Set yourself out to be different than all the rest.
But that's dangerous, right? Someone might laugh at you, might not appreciate your message or anything. Isn't that dangerous?
Oh, it could be. Who cares?
When you know you're doing the right thing.
Maybe we
It's
should.
dangerous not to do it. It's dangerous not to do it.
Yeah.
Ooh, let's go on that. What do you mean? That's a good point.
It's dangerous not to do it. If you feel like you want to be different, how you attract more people.
Yeah.
Different and good.
I closed a deal yesterday in the car My wife was visiting her mom here in North Carolina. I was in the car. Somebody went to my YouTube, watched the video on YouTube, went to my webpage, and then scheduled to call me. Same day, all on the same day. I was in the car, so I couldn't even do Zoom. So, because I didn't have good Wi-Fi, and I spoke with this gentleman. My word of honor, you can ask my wife if she comes in. 28 minutes later, I had a deal with this gentleman. 28 minutes. I'm not bragging on myself here. I'm just saying, marketing, attracting people. Nobody woke up this morning and said, gee, I'm going to call Marquise or Ben or John or Philip or Claude. But they were looking to solve a problem. What is everybody? Somebody wants to buy a house in a new area or is researching something. What are they going to Google? What are they going to look for?
Need to buy a house.
Okay, what else are they going to look for? When you're buying a house, what else is important? How to buy a house, how to hire a realtor, how to get the best. What was that, John?
I said schools in the area.
Schools in the area for your kids. Yeah, what if you like to go swimming? You swim every day. You love to swim. You think you're going to Google a health club or a YMCA or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. How about transportation? What if you don't, you don't have a car, or you want to watch your expenses? Maybe you want to be near the right place. What about financing? Do you want to find the best financing, the best bank, the lower? What is a mortgage? What kind of mortgage should I get? A fixed rate or a variable? They're going to go in there and do all this research. And are they going to read articles, look at pictures, watch videos? What are they going to do?
All the above.
I agree. All of the above. And my question is, are they going to find Marquise, Phil, Ben, or John in their particular area?
In a particular area. You want to hear something funny, Claude? I was walking up towards the bus and I said something about a house, and there's a real estate agent on the bus. He says, "Oh, you looking for a house?"
I like it. There you
No,
go.
literally, just a few seconds ago.
Wow.
I said the word buying a
Yeah.
house, and he says, "Oh, I'm a real estate agent."
Nice.
I like that.
Yeah, so
He was listening. I think there's opportunities out there if we attract enough people.
Mhm.
So if someone wants to you put out a video of the 5 mistakes all new homeowners make. 3 things an investor should never do. How to do a lease purchase. How to create a note in a creative real estate transaction. How to buy your first home, sell your first home. 3 things you should always ask your realtor. You put out videos like this, even negative videos. The biggest mistake I ever made in real estate, my most profitable deal in real estate. The things I learned going to this Robert Kiyosaki Walk on Hot Coals seminar. If you who's ringing there?
Sorry about that.
That's okay. It's a nice ring. If you put out content like that, and you say, listen, I have some great information, call me, I answer my own phone, schedule 15 minutes with me. I've got a free booklet on how to buy your home, how to sell a home, how to avoid mistakes. You put out interesting content out there on a regular basis. What do you think will happen? You'll get a phone call in your car 30 and 28 minutes later, you might have a contract and make yourself 4 or 5 figures.
So I have a question. So you just did a contract while you driving? You ain't pull over?
I was parked. I was parked at the time. Yes, pull over. Pull over. It depends where you're driving. If you're on a highway, you got the super duper cruise control in your car and it's straight and everything like that. do it. I switch over with my wife when I have when I know I have an appointment. I have the world's greatest Uber driver, my wife. Okay.
Oh, she takes over. She took the wheel. She took the
Yeah,
wheel.
I let her take the wheel. I've got Wi-Fi in the car, and that car always, the Wi-Fi, the car is always paid for by all the phone calls I take in the car. Yeah.
I didn't know you got at least.
Seriously, pull over.
Mhm.
I think it's
At least
smart.
I know you at least got at least 200,000 miles on that car.
No, I really don't. You want to hear something funny? You shouldn't lease a car. I always lease my cars. I do 2-year leases. I love caddies. I like just nice, easy driving, comfortable cars. Okay. And you can do a 2-year lease as long as you have your own business and you drive under 15,000 miles a year. If you don't have those two things, then you shouldn't lease. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
If you drive a lot, you're going to get killed on a lease, because after 10 to 12,000 miles, I do 15. I always pay a little extra. After that, they start charging you per mile, and when you turn that car in, you're gonna owe them thousands of dollars.
Yeah. I know some people that's happened to.
Yeah, well, you got to watch.
So
Go ahead.
better to finances then. It's better to finance it then.
Everybody, it depends on your situation. Yeah, for me, and Claudia, we drive under 50. Well, with the pandemic, my God, we didn't drive.
We're turning the car in August.
Yeah.
This is June.
Yeah, I'm getting a new car in August.
Yeah, but hold on. We've got 30,000 miles we could use in those 2 years.
Yeah, how much have we used?
We are at 16,000.
Yeah.
So we're gonna hand it in at 17,000. There's gonna be 13,000 we didn't use.
Yeah.
What a cherry of a car they're gonna get back.
Yeah, I paid for 30,000 miles and we only used 16 because we didn't. Who drove during the pandemic? I usually drive,
We talk
between
about 12,
California and Colorado, a
12
couple
a year.
trips and,
Yeah.
And things like that.
That's what, 1,700 miles?
16,000 miles on a third.
In almost 2 years.
In 2 years on a 30,000 mile lease. I mean, for 14 months, we didn't go anywhere, right?
Nope.
Yeah, I was driving about 800 miles a week for the job I was
Wow. Really?
with no comp. I mean, it was compensated. I was hourly, but no extra for all that driving.
It depends on your specific situation. There's advantages to leasing cars, leasing real estate. My mentor used to always say tenants are smarter than investors. He said, why do you want to buy a property when you can rent it and get a lease and get all the protection that tenants get? Do tenants get more protection than owners? Better believe it.
Yeah.
We were talking about it earlier. How many people in this country lived in a house or apartment for free for 1 year? Right?
Yeah.
So it's tough. But the thing is, if you could rent a property and then tie in an option to purchase agreement, which is just a right. Okay, you have the right to purchase it, not the obligation. A lease option is different than a sales agreement. And it's a wonderful way to have control of a property. When you do a lease option, you can live in it yourself. Maybe you want to test out a house before you sign on that dotted line and owe all that money for 20, 30 years or more. If you want to try it out, make sure it's well built. The neighbors don't have a pit bull training school next door or something. The Chihuahua training school.
Is Alex on?
There you go. Okay. And then the thing about it is when you can sublet it, you can rent it to other people, you can rent it with an option, you can sell the contract. We call that a assignment or wholesaling. You can, if you don't like the house or the market goes down. Anybody here remember 2008? Anybody? Was only 2008. What was that? 13 years ago, right? Seems like yesterday, doesn't it?
I was 19 years old.
19 years old. I got under, you know what I'm going to say. Don't say it. Don't say it. I got underwear older than you.
I said, and,
The thing about it is, it's a great strategy to own and control a property, and not have the obligation or the liability. When you rent a home, who pays the taxes, the insurance, the gardener, the homeowner fees?
The landlord.
Yeah. But you have a contract that you can sublet it, transfer, convey it, if you do want to use my contracts, and I believe you do, Marquise. And then you can either buy the property or transfer it to somebody else or let the lease expire. You can do all this wonderful stuff without the liability of ownership. It's a wonderful concept. It's a wonderful a way to do real estate, a safe way to do it.
can you do that with cars as well? Can you sublet cars?
What is a lease with a car is the same thing. Look, I lease a car for 2 years. Then I have the choice whether to turn it in and get another new car, which I do, or I have a choice to buy the car because I know it's a good car. I know it's not going to, cars are a really bad long-term. Cars are really, you drive them off the lot. I think they lose about 35, 40%, don't they?
Somewhere around there.
Instantly. Unless a friend of ours has. We have a friend in Colorado. He has a 64 Mustang.
That's nice.
I think it's 64.
Yeah, I think you're right.
A yellow convertible Mustang that he had refurbished and everything. He loves driving that car. Old cars can go up in value. I had one client, I'll share a little story, in Rhode Island, and he specialized niches. I love niches. The riches are in the niches. All he did was buy and sell Rolls Royces. You remember him, Claude?
No.
Yeah. Well, look up. He was in Rhode Island. He'd go all over the United States and buy Rolls Royces, used Rolls Royces, fix them up, shine them up, repaint them, and then resell them. Had a great little niche business. Had another client who bought timeshares from people. What do you think happens to timeshares when they're not used or the people are deceased?
Depreciate.
Nobody uses them. It's a lifetime hotel room in Cabo, Mexico for the rest of your life, as long as you keep paying your maintenance fees and your annual renewals and everything. And this one guy just specialized in buying people who didn't want their timeshares anymore. I chose real estate. I like real estate. Why? Why is real estate probably one of the safest, best investments in the world?
Everybody needs a house.
Everybody needs a place to live, man. Everybody needs a place to live, right? Nobody, no matter what happens, pandemics, 2008, whatever happens, people still eat, right, John? Who's sucking down this Chinese dinner in front of us.
I'm telling you,
Read the fortune cookie, John.
Any.
Are you serious? I guess we didn't get any.
You don't get that's against the law in 10 states.
Wow.
Apparently not in Ohio.
Cookie.
Apparently not in Ohio. It's funny.
They need to
They're
update.
greedy with their cookies here.
Wow.
And technically, does Chinese food taste better with chopsticks than a plastic fork?
No.
You gotta eat it with chopsticks.
Oh,
Much
Yes, it
better.
does.
Uh,
No, I just. 'cause
Yeah, she loves eating her Chinese food with chopsticks.
I like chopsticks because I'm a fast eater and it makes me slow down a little bit.
Real stuff.
Absolutely. Oh, look, just happen to have a pair on me. Here you go, John. What was it in, what was the movie, The Karate Kid, where he's trying to catch a fly with chopsticks?
Mhm.
Not good.
Man who
Nah,
can catch man who can catch fly with chopsticks can do anything. Something like that.
you have to have a minor skills to do that.
A lot of patience too, and I don't. That's not me, man.
No, that's not you.
No, absolutely. Anybody have a question or a story they want to share today? We're celebrating. We had a very good week, a safe week, and I went wild and bought a really good bottle of Scotch.
Tell us a little bit about the deal that you closed in the car, I guess.
Someone calls you up, Marquise, and they have a problem. What does the amateur salesperson do?
I guess like
Builds rapport.
yeah.
Rapport. What else? Do they go into the slideshow and the presentation?
Yeah.
Oh, you called the right place, sir. Oh, that's wonderful. Let me tell you about me, my company. Oh, they look at these slides and everything. What is the gut salesman? And this is what I did. What does the gut salesman do when you have somebody who calls you, a warm prospect? What do you think you should do?
You ask them, how can I help you? How can I serve you?
Why are we talking today? What's your
Yeah,
biggest challenge?
yeah.
What would you like from me before the end of this conversation? Who should be talking? This is really tough for me here. A little bit of Scotch and it's like truth serum for me. What do you think's the hardest thing for Claude to do?
Be quiet.
To stop talking.
Mhm. Who should be talking? Who should be talking more in a sales business conversation, Marquise?
Oh,
Prospect. The prospect.
Yeah. So I had an appointment. Somebody called me. I found out their needs, their problems. And then we go into my favorite, reverse psychology redirection. Well, sir, do you really want to do this? Why don't you go to this? Why don't you go to this realtor? Why don't you go to this attorney? Why are we, what do you hope? Why are we talking today? What would you like from me? And if I could provide it, what would happen next? The beauty of guts is that we can actually, in the very early stages, qualify the prospect, find out their needs, get them talking, see if they have the money or the ability to make a decision, and we can close them in a car in one phone call. I don't care if it's a consultation, a product sale, or a piece of real estate. It's all, we're in the words business, aren't really, when you think about it. Let's do a role play, Marquise, since you brought up the question. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Mr. Marquise, Claude Diamond, how are you? I saw your YouTube page. Man, you're great. I love your stuff. Just have a few questions about how to do a real estate deal. Can you help me?
Well, we'll see. I mean, if I get a little bit more information from you, I can see, if I can possibly help you.
Okay, off the role play. What's the first thing you need to do? Not bonding and rapport, but this. What's that? Tell my other guys. Tell Marquise what this means.
Stroke.
Stroke. Yeah, stroke.
A stroke. Give me a stroke. I called you out of the blue. I complimented you. I said, I love your webpage. And you're going right, you're in business mode. You're going right in the business. You got to give me some sugar back.
So how would you stroke that?
I don't know. Good question. Anybody else? Somebody else answer that.
Put on a big smile and say something.
Dan, I saw your webpage. Man, I love your YouTubes. I love your webpage.
Yeah.
Great information. It's the best stuff I've ever seen, which is why I'm calling in. I wanted to see if I could ask you a few questions.
Yep.
I'm hearing crickets, guys. First thing you say is thank you for calling. That's very nice of you to say that. I really appreciate you calling me, being on time, setting the appointment. Give him a cookie back. Why?
So they give you a cookie back.
Yeah. What do you think's are we respond? Here's a question. This is a biggie. Are we responsible for creating a positive environment for sales?
Yes.
Yes.
yes, we are.
What's the easiest way to do that?
Give him a stroke.
Give him a stroke. Say thank you. I don't think we can do that on
No, we
camera.
can't.
We're not going. But the thing about it is, give it back to them. Say thank you for calling. Really appreciate it. Then you can go into some other. I'm very busy. I'm sorry. I only have a few minutes. That's what do we call that? Scarcity.
Scarce, not scarce.
So,
Yeah, it's scarcity. I'm sorry, very busy. Got my desk. I got all these Post-its and everything. I got phone calls and everything. And my wife's making a pepperoni pizza. I don't want to be, but you know, I'm very busy.
And you gotta take care of your 10 chihuahuas.
I'm sorry.
I said, and you gotta take care of your 10 chihuahuas.
Yeah, you've got to basically show that you're busy. You're not just sitting around all day long doing
Waiting
this.
for them to call.
Waiting for them to call. So you give them back a stroke. Then you kind of say, I'm very busy, but I do want to help you, sir. Why are we talking? What would you like to see happen? Why are we talking today? What is your biggest challenge? Is this about real estate, Marquise?
yes, it is.
Oh, in what aspect? Help me out here. You mind if I take notes, by the way?
No problem
Oh,
whatsoever.
thank you. I really appreciate that. Is that another stroke off the role play? Is that a stroke, by the way?
Yes.
When you go to somebody and say, I want to write down your words of wisdom, sir. How does that make the other guy feel or girl?
Like you're paying close attention.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, you're brilliant, sir. Let me write that down. So much psychology and persuasion, isn't there?
Mhm.
Yes.
So much good stuff. Okay, yes. Thank you, sir. What would we like to talk about here, sir? What's the reason for this phone call?
Well, I'm interested in learning how to do a lease purchase a home in Winter
Why is
Park.
that? That's interesting. Thank you. Why is that? I'm curious.
Well, I heard there's a lot of great benefits to possibly leasing before you purchase it.
There are. So did you, I'm not sure. Is this for you as a home for you and your family or an investment property? What aspect, what are you really looking for?
Actually, as an investment property.
Oh, okay. That's great. And I'd love to help you with it. I've written a couple books on lease purchasing. It's my favorite strategy. You mind if I just ask you a few quick questions, then you ask me a few, and maybe we can find a way to do business today. Is that all right with you, sir?
That's fine.
And if we can do business, great. If not, just tell me to get lost, fire me, okay?
I
You don't
guess
have
that's
to-
fair.
You don't have to say you'll think about it or you'll get back to me or anything. Don't worry about it. It's okay. I'm busy enough.
Gotcha.
Okay, what did
That's
we just,
understandable.
what was the first step I just did? First move?
Scarcity?
Well, it's in the gut sales method. There was a little scarcity in there, but it was called the agenda.
Gender.
Oh, the
Yeah.
agenda.
Set the agenda, set the rules. How are we gonna play this game?
Yeah.
Okay, what happens when you set the rules in the beginning to a prospect?
So they already know already. So they already know.
They already know how the
Takes the
game. is
mystery
gonna be
out, takes
played.
the anxiety out.
Yeah, who's the authority figure when you set the rules? Who's the adult in the room? Who's the parent, the child? Who's the adult?
The rule setter.
The salesperson.
Absolutely. So that's the first step you got to make. Next step is back in the role play. Marquise, that's great. I want to help you with that any way I can. I appreciate you calling and being on time. Thank you once again, sir. You mind if we talk about money?
No, of course not.
Are you sure it's okay?
No, it's fine.
Oh, okay. You want to be an investor and do an investment property. What are your, in terms of cash and credit, what are your available resources, sir, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, it's kind of limited. That's why I'm looking to do a lease purchase.
Oh, okay. Got it. Now, off the role play, he said a great word. Did anyone pick up that word? He said limited. Okay, what would the amateur guy do or girl when they hear the word limited in that thing? Oh, well, I have limited resource. Oh, no problem. Don't worry about it. Would that just go right over?
Yes.
Right? What does
Yeah.
limited mean? Do we know? Are we mind readers?
Limited.
More like a lack of something.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
little.
subjective, isn't it? Thank you.
Yeah.
So what should the gut salesperson do? The amateur is just going to let that flow into the universe. What would the gut salesperson? Thank you,
You say
Mark.
limit.
Great word.
When you say limited, what do you mean? How can
Go
you
ahead.
elaborate on that?
You and Marquise, go for it.
Okay. Hey, Marquise, when you say limited, what do you mean? Like, help me out with that.
Well, limited mean, I guess I'm just was referring to, I would say not much.
He used another great word. We went from limited to not much. Okay.
I mean, so you and Marquise, so you're telling me like you don't know like just a little about lease purchase?
Yeah,
Is that what you're trying to say to me?
Well, I'm looking to learn more. I don't have, much resources or, capital to work with. So I was,
Not much.
just looking, to actually, learn how could I, actually do the deals with little or no money down, like everyone talks about these days.
Okay. Let's a quick timeout. Do you know specifically how much cash he has, if any, or what kind of credit he has?
No, because
So-
you didn't mention it.
So
So when you said little, so that means you don't have much to.
give him a multiple
me.
choice. Phil. What Marquise is doing so wonderfully, he's really reflecting what we hear out there, isn't he? He's doing it real well. He's doing obfuscation to the 10th power. He's not answering a direct, simple question. Why? Because he doesn't want to show his cards or embarrass himself or reveal what he has. Can we qualify Marquise in about 3 minutes or less at this point?
Yes.
Because why are we in business, gentlemen?
To make money
Money
today.
Today. So if we got a guy who's not answering a simple question, we have to go into the next move, multiple choice. Okay. Everybody remember school. Who remembers fill in the blank versus multiple choice? I loved multiple choice. You had a shot, man.
So you had 25%. If you have four, then you have a 25% chance of getting it right.
I can't tell you how many exams I took, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and they still took me into law school. Okay. Sometimes you just, so you've got to, the way you get around this is you go into multiple choice. Marquise, when you say you're challenged, you don't have the resources available right now, do you mean you have 5, 10, 20,000? You pick.
I would say probably closer to 10.
10,000, that's a lot of money. Is that in your mattress, in the bank, if you don't mind me asking?
In the bank.
In the bank. Thank you for sharing that, sir. That really helps me. Oh, boom, off the role play. You go to multiple choice and you try to find something, because you want to spend 2 hours with this guy and up late at night writing contracts and doing research and going downtown to property records and driving and going and sending an inspector to his home when he doesn't have enough money to do the deal. How many of us, besides myself, are guilty of wasting a lot of time on an unqualified prospect?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got to find, this is good information. Doesn't mean we can't do a deal. We just got to find out what kind of deal based on his level of motivation and his natural resources. So now we know a lot more, don't we?
Yes.
We know he has 10,000. We know he wants to get into a house. We know he's very interested in lease purchasing. Where would you do a deal with him? Would you go into consulting mode? Would you sell him a package? The Guru of the Month Club? What would you do?
I would believe I'll go into consulting mode.
Go ahead, close him.
Hey, Marquise, I know you say you know a little about information and you got like $10,000 in the bank. If I'm willing to help you today with all your problems and needs, are you ready to do business today or maybe not?
Make it more emotional. One more time. 3 to 6. I want 3 to 6 emotional needs and greeds. Make up some. Say, hey man, you got a beautiful family. You want your daughters to go into a better school.
Imagine if I can help you with your needs, help you get into a nice warm house and everything. You know, you got your kids. Matter of fact, do you even have kids? You don't mind me asking that question?
I do. I have 3. I have 3 kids.
Would you like 3 more?
You say you had 3 kids?
Yes.
See, imagine the kids have a nice, beautiful house that their dad got them. You know, also with a little money down, that much a month, something like that. If I can help you do that, would you willing to do business today?
More. We need more.
Well,
oh, can you imagine you had a backyard with grass and a swing set for the kids, and they could play with the dogs, and they could walk to school in a nice, safe neighborhood and everything. I don't know if that's exactly what you put it all together, make it romantic, and put the smell. Can you smell the fresh cut grass? And the kids are running through, it's a hot summer day and the kids are running through the sprinkler system, and you're in the backyard with your lovely lady, you're barbecuing, and you're sipping a nice glass of something, and you're just, and it's just life is just so good. Can you see yourself there?
I can.
Go ahead, Phil, close them.
Okay, you say you can see that. If I can help you do that, imagine all the stuff that you're imagining, right? How soon you would like to do that?
Well, you know, I'm ready to actually move forward. But how would you go about, you know, helping me? How you know, I viewed your website, and you know that's why I called. But you know, I want to know, you know, I want to make sure that you're my guy.
Okay, that's a great question. That you should ask more questions like that. That's good. Yes. I mean, huh?
Ben or John, take over. Sales is dangerous. You never know when I'm going to make you jump in.
All right. So I'm the buyer, potential buyer.
Seller.
You're the
Seller.
seller.
Yeah, you're the buyer.
Seller. Marquise
right,
is a
guys,
very
so
interested prospect. He needs a
Marquise-
house and he has $10,000 and he has a really
Marquise-
good job and good
Yeah.
credit.
And the question is, I want to know, you know, how I mean, I contacted you
Yeah.
off your websites, you know, so I like your content, but I mean, how do I know
Appreciate
that you're,
that.
you know, that you're my guy?
Good
Well,
question.
you know,
That was good. Is that a
what
credibility issue,
is it?
Ben?
Yeah, it is. And
Is
I'm
that
glad you brought that up. I want us to be straight with each other. I want you to feel comfortable as we move through this. What does knowing me as the guy, to use your words, what's that look like to you? If I could provide you, what?
Well, you know, I mean, I want to make sure that I have the, you know, the right person to, you know, help me through, you know, through the process
Sure.
of getting this done. I mean, I have a little knowledge on the subject, but you know, I definitely, you know, need more help there.
Okay.
And you know, I'm
This is
willing
a
to,
credibility issue. This is a credibility issue. This is real world. This is
If-
a good objection here, Ben.
Okay, Marquise, what if I put some paperwork together and got that to you pretty soon? And you know, from within the package, if you will, that will help to illustrate what we're gonna do and make things pretty clear. And then I will get back to you at the end of the day. Any questions you have, I'd be happy to answer, and we take it from there. Does that sound like something we can do today?
yeah, well, I guess that'd be fair.
Okay.
Did he get a commitment?
No.
How do we get a
He did.
commitment? John, what do we need to do to get a commitment from Marquise? Ben, you were close, but I want a written in stone commitment from Marquise in this role play. Great objection, by the way. It's not unreasonable to be a credibility issue with a total stranger, right?
Right.
What did your mom say, boy, when you were a little boy and you went out to play? What did your mom said the same thing to you that my mom said?
Don't talk to strangers.
Yeah. So John, how do you get the commitment from Marquise now?
Marquise, so what would you need for me to prove to you I'm the guy?
I like that. Right?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I seen your channel, you know, and I see that you teach on the subject a lot. I just, you know, there's a lot of, you know, I guess so-called guru guys, you know, out there, and I've, you know, dealt with a few in the past. So I, you know, just want to you know, be comfortable there.
All right. You sound like someone has done your research. You know, you're a smart guy. Looks like you've looked into this matter for, you know, some time. And what is it that I can do to help you better understand?
Well, I guess, you know, just, I mean, have you done, you know, a lot of these deals before? Have you helped people that's kind of in my position, in my shoes, or?
Well, to be completely honest with you, this is my first deal, but I work with a bunch of fellas that have been in the industry for, you know, several years, and they'll be guiding me through the process every step of the way.
End in a question.
Oh,
Always end in a question. Why? Why is that so important?
keep the conversation going.
Yeah, stay in control. Absolutely. Go ahead.
Would that be a problem for you?
No, it wouldn't be a problem.
Okay. We need to make it so emotional. See, we have to be, the word is empathy. What is Marquise thinking and feeling right now? You got to ask yourself, is this guy being unreasonable? Is he attacking me? He's questioning my credibility, my veracity right now. Is that unreasonable? No.
No.
Okay. You're talking about doing a very expensive real estate deal here with a total stranger. So you've got to get a commit. You've got to overcome the objection, and then you've got to solve the problem while getting a firm commitment. Marquise, you know what? Thank you so much for asking. That's such a reasonable question. You don't know me. If you did, this wouldn't be an issue, but I respect that you're asking that, because you can't take anything for granted today, can you?
No, you can't.
I'm really glad you brought that up. What would you like from me so that you know that I'm an honest businessman, that I'm not going to go to Las Vegas or with your hard-earned $10,000. Let me ask you this. Suppose I provided you with some references, like my good friend in Miami, Felipe Bossans, and his
I got it right on time. Yeah. All the references you need.
Suppose I gave you some people to speak to and you felt a lot more comfortable, and I gave those to you today. What would, at 4:30, if they met with your personal satisfaction without any reservation, could you and I move forward and make a commitment today at 4:30?
Yeah, I mean, I would say yes.
I'm sorry, what?
I would say yes.
You would say yes? Thank you. Are you the decision maker in this process, or is there someone else you need to answer to before you make this commitment?
No, I'm the decision maker.
A real man. I like that. All right. And not many of us left. Ask Caitlyn Jenner. My next governor, by the way.
Wow.
Felipe, we've got 5 minutes left. I'll leave it up to you.
Just wanted to say hi. Again, it's going to be Father's Day. Father's Day, it's on Sunday.
Wait, it's a double holiday weekend. It's
Yes.
June. Tomorrow is Juneteenth, and then Sunday is Father's Day. What do you get?
Absolutely.
What are you getting for Father's Day?
I got actually my kids when they got very creative this year. They got me a T-shirt that says "Dad," and it's an acronym. Yeah, Boo-hoo no actually says "Dad." It's an acronym that stands for Defend Against Douchebags. So I'm kind of like, so I'm like, okay, I love it. I'm gonna start wearing it more and more. So they know how to do good gifts.
Now your kids are small. They don't know what that word means.
Yeah, but you gotta get them ready. You gotta get them ready. But I mean, again, being a father, it's being a provider, and how do you provide? You gotta take responsibility for your own life. I don't know if you guys got to talk about it today. About how to be a man, a provider.
Ooh, wait, you're getting controversial here. You mean a man is supposed to be a mature, loving, and a provider for his family? That I don't know about that. This is 2021. Is that still pertinent?
It might hurt some feelings from millennials and Generation C, but who fucking who? Like you just like have to. Yeah, you have to. I mean, nobody. And again, there's when Claude says all the time, nobody deserves success more than you. But there's a flip side to that coin. It's like nobody but you have to take, your responsibility for that success. You have to take action. You have to take some kind of action. You got to talk to people. You have to, make the commitment, keep the commitment to yourself, talk to 5-6 people a day, making offers, sending letters of intent, whatever is your strategy, whether you're doing real estate, selling insurance. This thing works on anything. It works in life in general. Like I literally used guts today to get my, I had to do a big maintenance on my wife's car. I got it down from like $1,300 to only $800 just by using guts, being willing to walk away.
Yeah. There's some, it's to me, one of the most fascinating subjects is how do you get another human being? How do you persuade another person? I've read all the books, Freud, Jung, everybody, Cialdini, who I really like, you name it. And how come a few people are such great persuaders and everybody else is, hello, how are you today? Yeah, reading scripts. Who makes the most money?
The great persuaders.
Amen, brother. Amen. The great persuaders, the people, we are in the word business, using the right words at the right time, asking the right questions with the right pentameter, right volume, right enunciation can make you such a dangerous person. You guys know besides Felipe, who knows my definition of success? I know Felipe knows it.
I don't want to spoil it, guys. One at a time.
Don't fight. Felipe, tell him.
I mean, take everything away from him. Strip him naked. Give him a phone. Give him a list. And he will be back again at it. At
30 days or less, I'll be a 1%er. It's not about the materialism and the accumulation of wealth. What do we know about great people that they all have in common? They've all lost. They've all had unbelievable failures. True or false?
True.
They're resilient.
True.
They don't give up.
What happened to Steve Jobs? He lost his company that he started in a garage. He lost his company, started another company, then another company.
He got fired. He got pushed out of it, and they because he was the visionary, they had to bring him back because they were gonna go bankrupt.
One of those companies was Pixar, by the way, that did Toy Story and all those things. He ended up selling that to Disney for $1 billion or something, when $1 billion was really $1 billion with a B.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing? The successful people have a way of coming back because they're great communicators. They have a belief system that they know if they speak to enough people and use the right words at the right time, success is inevitable. This is a commonality I call them 1%ers. They're great communicators. They have high self-esteem, high confidence, even if they're like I am, I got a little kid inside me who's sucking his thumb with a blanket over his head. He comes out every now and then. I got to push him back down.
Yeah, we are all deep inside. We're all chicken shits, but it's what we do with it. What we do about it.
Alex, welcome aboard. We're almost done, buddy.
I know. I didn't see that it was at 3 o'clock my time. I thought it was at 4 o'clock. Sorry.
I'm sorry. It usually is at 4, but I'm in North Carolina here. And when I change time zones, I change beer with Claude.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that, guys.
No, it's my bad. I'm sorry to do that to you, but it's being recorded and it's in YouTube, by the way, right now. So you can watch all the fascinating banter that you missed. You can watch later.
All right, we'll do. Thanks.
So Father's Day dinner. This is when I go hog wild. I don't know about you guys. I'm getting a big old slab of ribs on the barbecue for Sunday dinner. Am I the only man in the world? Am I the only man doing this weekend, or does anybody else like ribs where the sauce goes down your hand and everything?
Oh,
Yep, having a barbecue up this weekend.
I love barbecue. What is it about barbecue that we love so much?
Smells.
Oh. What does that smell? What's that smell like? What's your favorite food smell on the barbecue?
I want to get philosophical here if we have an extra minute, but our brains, and this is just part of God's 2.0, they're hardwired to the same way that they were 50,000 years ago. We're very primitive, believe it or not. So the whole thing about the barbecue, think about it as the campfire, in the caveman days, like the whole thing about being there, just like hunting, like cooking that animal, and it's like a ritual. Like I love doing barbecue. It's a time where the family gets together and you get to unwind. So yeah, if you're gonna do a barbecue, good for you. If not,
what's the best smell and sound on a barbecue?
Sizzling steak.
A sizzling steak?
Burning fat.
What was that?
The burning fat from the meat.
What's that sound? When it hits that? Okay. What's that smell like when you're not burning dinner like I always do?
good things are coming.
It's nice. Put that together. You got a nice adult libation. You got a nice lady next to you. You're talking with friends. You're laughing. The kids are playing on the fresh cut grass. What's that fresh cut grass smell like? I like that smell. How about you guys?
Yeah.
Awesome smell.
So we put this whole Father's Day, the food, the ribs, the sizzle, the sprinklers, the kids are playing. You got a nice glass of wine in your hand. Okay, the cable bill is paid. How does that all feel?
Phenomenal.
You
Felipe,
imagine it for a moment?
Felipe, tell them what I'm doing right now.
It's called Guts 2.0, guys. This is using the 5 senses. Like it takes you there. You're living the moment. It's like, same as the movies, suspension of disbelief. You're just like, literally, I was like, I could imagine myself eating that steak and the kids playing in my backyard and all that. And that's, imagine if you can do the same with your prospects and take them to this special place where they can't help it, but be like, let's just do this.
What happens when we put a picture using all the senses and the right words, when we put that picture in their mind? Do they start salivating? Like, remember Pavlov when he rang the bell and the dog started salivating? Can we do that with human beings?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What's the best TV commercial? What is it? I don't know if they have it out east here. In California, it's Carl Jr.'s. And the guy bites into this big old cheeseburger and the ketchup goes down here and he's biting into it. And it's just, and you hear the crunch of the lettuce and the tomato and the cheese is dripping and everything. What does that do to people when they see that on TV?
Makes them hungry.
Yeah. That kind of use of visual and sound. What does a good movie do Do good movie makers add music to the background of a horror movie, a love scene, or whatever? Why do they add music?
To increase your emotions.
The ambience.
Keep going.
Oh, it sets the atmosphere more this way or that way.
Psychological effect.
Exactly.
And puts you in.
What happens when we become emotionally involved and all our senses are activated, our taste, our sight, our smell, our hearing, our touch, and everything. When we do this with the words we use, when we're persuading people, how different is what we're doing compared to the person reading a script?
The dog and pony show up and throw up, give a presentation.
Yeah. Your words are your secret. You're using your words in the right way, asking the right questions at the right time, make you a very dangerous person, because you can persuade people to your way of thinking. You can gain credibility, you can gain trust, and you can close people unbelievably so quickly, because they trust you, they see the value, and they're so emotionally involved, and you've put this movie inside their head. Mm-hmm. And anybody, you get that movie that just plays over and over again in your head. Do you think you can do that to people?
Yes.
If you learn the power of the usage of words. Gentlemen, I wish we had some ladies on here tonight. Happy Father's Day to everybody.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to all.
Happy Juneteenth tomorrow. Have a great weekend. Stay cool. 130 degrees in Death Valley yesterday.
Yeah,
wow.
111 out here.
Wow.
Yes.
115 in Vegas.
Where?
115 in Vegas.
Wow. I heard it was 117 the other day. Or
yes.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
No, it was Vegas as well.
Wow.
Every bit of it.
That's just too hot.
What's the weather in North Carolina?
Actually, it was 65 this morning. It went up to 90. It's the one thing I'm not used to, because I've been in California and Colorado, don't have anywhere near the humidity the East Coast have.
Nope.
Oh, yeah,
try Florida.
90 degrees with high humidity. I'm not used to it. So when you're in Vegas, it's dry. It's a nice dry town. Well, give us the Vegas report before we go. You get the last word, Marquise. I've heard great things about Vegas.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's pretty much everything is open and moving and pressing forward. A lot of people is coming from different places. I don't know how good or bad that is, but yeah, Vegas is alive and well.
Vegas is just recovering by leaps and bounds. People are moving there. I mean, they're living there.
Yeah.
Vegas was a place you went to from LA and had a great weekend, and you left your secrets there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just doing fantastic. Gentlemen, have a wonderful, safe, happy weekend. Do that barbecue. Walk the Chihuahuas and have a lot of fun and be safe. Take care.
Good to see you all. Take care.
Thank you for
Have
joining.
a
A lot of fun.